Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We are here with Pitbox Racing League Round 3 at Bahrain. As ever, your commentary team for tonight is myself, Sinister, and we also have Sharps Franco. I like your cut, G.
Appreciate it. Good evening.
So, one of the first things that we do want to discuss this evening for the F1 fans, obviously, you know, if you were watching the qualifying, one of the greatest racing driver ever, Michael Schumacher, his son had a very nasty incident this evening at Jeddah. So we are wishing that he is well and a very, very speedy recovery for him.
Absolutely.
Next, the main thing that I do want to commentate on, not commentate on, but talk about, and you can tell what's coming by the happiness in my voice, can't you, Franco?
Lewis by any chance?
Lewis Hamilton, P16. Wow.
I mean, that car's, it's not working for him right now. They have to fix it quick, or he's going to be far, far behind the Red Bulls and Ferraris.
I believe that's his worst start since Brazil in 2017.
I wouldn't be surprised if he comes through the pack to finish in the points, though.
He is good with overtakes. He is. I'll give him that. But what we need to focus on right now is the Pitbox Racing League Round 3 Bahrain qualifying, as we are currently with Cycling Will. Now, let's have a look. Let's get some details up here. Oh, I don't want his telemetry. We don't want that, do we? So, as we can see, everybody has opted for the soft tyre apart from Mikey in the Williams. He's went for the medium. As we have got a yellow flag in Sector 1. What's going on here? Must have been Alan allowing Daz through, maybe. So let's head back to Cycling Will, as he was on the outlap first. Very nice approach into turn 11, using all of that curb. Turn 12. Now you've got to be very careful on Bahrain not to touch that inside curb, as that can be an absolute car destroyer. Oh, we have a Sector 2 flag. I think that again is Alan letting people through, which I don't quite understand because he is on a fast lap.
Interesting.
As Cycling Will comes across the line.
Interesting strategy for Mickey here on the mediums. Whether he'll stick with them for the race. He's currently sitting second in the standings too.
Oh yes, good point. That is something that we should be looking at. That is my fault, your mistake. I'm kidding. So let us have a look here at the driver standings. So as of Imola last week, we have TTM Dodos currently leading the championship with 54 points. Second in the championship is Mickey on 52.
So Mickey or Mikey? I get confused still. I think it's Mikey.
I'm sure the Mikey is in the Williams and Mickey is in the Alfa Romeo.
That's right. So Mikey's on the medium.
Who is P3? Yes. So the table is looking decent. Mercedes, Williams, Alfa, McLaren, Haas, Alpine, McLaren, 2 Aston Martins and Red Bull are at the top at the moment. Now if we look at the constructor standings, as it stands after Imola last week, we have Alpine in position 1, followed by Haas. Sound like Jabba the Hutt. Haas, only 3 points behind, and McLaren 9 points behind Alpine. So very, very close within the constructors as well as the Drivers' Championship. Let's have a look. See, as we go on board with PRL Sid Rick. That's another corner right there where you have to be very careful. Try to take up as much extra curb on that corner as you'd need. Oh, do we have an incident here? Oh, we do. Mr. Indy, currently off track. I wonder what's happened there. Sector 1 and 3 has cleared up. What is going on Sector 1?
Jim's off track as well. He's just come back on now.
Stopped in the middle of the chicane. As Sector 2, it looks like Matt has had a spin as well. People underestimate this track.
It's a very, very difficult track.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially
Slightest
the
wrong move.
The second corner after the fast straight. If you clip that curb, you're more than likely going to spin. The slightest
I
touch.
wonder what's going on with Trev. Trev's had a bit of a moment there. Is that the Red Bull of Sid? No, it is the Red Bull of Kenyon. Going very slow.
The little Jazz who missed Imola last week. 126.6 so far, the quickest time here in Q1.
I'm just trying to keep up with all these incidents. As Trev is currently off track, I think that might have been able to allow faster cars through. Potentially trying to save them tyres. Because as it stands, Trev will actually get through to Q2.
Really nice to see. Trev had a DNF last week in Imola. He joined us in the commentary box as well. He's going well so far.
Well, he's getting around the track, that's the main thing. Unless he's in low fuel mode. Might have underfueled the car a little bit too much.
ETF
Like
LB coming up on his flying lap. Last week's race winner.
Yep, let's have a look, see what kind of time he puts in. As we are coming around the final corner. Is it going to be enough to put him in P1, P2? 0.2 of a second. Very good lap. Very, very good lap. Now, let's go back on board with Cycling Will. Because he's coming back out for another lap. And he's got FTR Prezi in front of him, who is also on an out lap.
TTM Kenyon yet to set a time. Although he is about to.
I believe that, yep, Kenyon is currently coming up the behind of Cycling Will. Where's that time going to put him? It puts him P7. Nearly a second behind. Sorry, TTM Vale. Nearly a second behind our leader.
There's really not a lot separating the top 8 right now.
Really not.
It is only Q1. They just want to get through.
As it looks like the Haas of TTM LMB has slowed down to allow the AlphaTauri through. Hands down, this is one of my favourite tracks to drive. Hands down.
I'm not a big fan of it, to be honest. But I can see why a lot of drivers do enjoy this track.
Yep. Because I believe in our two-player season that we had, this was my best track, I believe.
I think what you're trying to tell everybody is that you won.
in a certain amount of words, yeah.
and I came 5th.
It wasn't a bad race, to be fair. As we'll see, Cyclone will go straight back into the pits.
And clearly wasn't happy with that lap time. Maybe a
No.
fresh set of tyres, maybe a fresh set of softs, perhaps.
Now let's have a look, see what TTM Vale is going to do as he goes on an outlap. The tyres he currently has on 3-lap old softs.
And during that, TTM Sierra has gone second quickest at a 126.7.
Oh, he has.
There's 3 drivers in the 126 at the moment.
Amazing lap times. As we watch TTM Vale coming through the back straight. Well, technically the third of 4 straights. As he's followed closely by his teammate Ulster. Oh, massively wide coming out of turn 12 there. And I believe that is an aborted lap. Oh, it's an outlap. It's fine. It's all Gucci. As he comes round turn 13 onto the home straight. His teammate PRL Ulster just behind him as well. Was that a bit of a lock-up into turn 1 there?
Oh, Bale's off.
Wow. Very unfortunate. Thankfully, he did keep it on track.
I think he's survived any car damage there as well.
Yeah, it looks like he's got all of his front wing. Yeah. So let's go on board with his teammate PRL Ulster, who was behind him at the time of that incident.
On a hot lap at the moment.
He seems like he is absolutely flying. Through turn 12, don't touch that curb. Beautiful. Turn 13.
And he's on a quicker lap here than his previous one.
Yep. Massively, in fact. Is it going to be enough to get him out of the relegation zone, though? Elimination zone, even. Relegation, same thing.
I think we understood what you meant. Up to 2014. So he has improved.
He did, just unfortunately not enough. Now, we do have Little Daz out on track at the moment. For those that don't know, Imola we had to do twice. We had a slight issue with a safety car, and Little Daz was an absolute flyer in that race. I say that as he invalidates his lap time. Oh, I need to learn to keep my mouth shut.
And he goes straight back into the pits too, although he is still sitting P1 at the moment.
Now let's have a check out of LMB, who put in the 3rd fastest time. And let's see if he can improve. As Little Daz retires from the session, I think he's feeling confident.
Very quick time, I think he'll be okay. This LMB is improving this lap so far.
He just needs 2/10. That's all he needs. As we come to the end of Sector 2.
Kenyon also retired in P7.
Coming to the end of Sector 2, how far is he up? He is up by 0.02 of a second. Sorry. He's 200ths of a second worse. I know it's not a nice way to say that, but
Got a slow sector 2 then for LMB.
is it going to be fast enough?
It is. He's quicker.
It
Not
is.
quite to take P1, but I think he's safely through.
3,000th of a second. Sorry, 300ths of a second. Very, very close between these teams. As Ulster just accepts his fate, and he has also decided to retire from the session.
Very interesting. Prezi, I don't think has set a lap time yet.
Well, let's have a watch as he is currently out on a lap. Minute and a half remaining in this qualifying session. He seems to be on a good time. Where's it going to put him? P10. Oof, just saving
Squeezes
himself.
through.
Just saving himself, yeah. We've got another invalidation from Vale as well.
So
Let's see what kind of...
I think it's just Mickey, Jim, and PRL Trev. Currently some fast lap times to set.
Yep. So anybody from Ulster down? Because only the top 15 progress. As we are coming up with a yellow flag. And that is due to the Alpine pulling over to let them through. Who was that Alpine? Was it Prezi? It was Prezi. It was a Williams. It wasn't even an Alpha. I think I just need to give up commentary now. As Vale is coming up to that infamous turn 12. Don't touch the curbing. Invalidated again. He's running way too wide coming through that corner.
All very wide there from Trev. And he was on an improved lap.
Well, we've currently got ARC Mickey coming through down that last straight. The Ferrari that ran massively wide, giving him some problems throughout this. As that puts him P14. So we're top 3 in Q1. Little Daz in the Ferrari, TTM LMB in the Haas, and I forgot who the third one was. Go me. It is TTM Sierra in the Alfa Romeo. So, there we go.
And I think PRL Trev might have made it through to Q2.
He actually
on that
has.
Very last lap.
He's in P13.
Good effort from him.
Oh, very good effort. He now needs to make that even faster to get himself into Q3. As we now move in to the Q2 phase. Sidrick has just said, one day I will get into Q in PRL. He feels like Lance Stroll. One day, Sid. One day you will, my friend. So as we start moving on to Q2, we can see what is going to be going on. as the teams are now starting to bring cars out. One of the Alpines, Little Daz, is out first, followed by Will. We then have Mr. Indy bringing up the rear. So let's see what happens here. We'll let Daz get ahead a little bit, and we'll check out his first lap in this qualifying session.
LMB, Sierra, and TTM Vale all opting for the medium tyres.
Ooh, that's a good shout, actually. I haven't put the tyres on. Yeah. So that might pay off in the long run.
I mean, they are more
we'll just have to
durable
wait and see where
than
they
the
go by.
softs. Now remember, LMB no, not LMB. I believe it was Snips, started on the mediums in Imola and was able to keep up with the leading pack on the mediums. So it could pay off.
And could. We're just going to have to wait and see how this goes. As Little Daz has just crossed the line to start his first flying lap. Let's go on board and let's watch this, DRS wide open going down this this little straight into turn 4. Little downshift through the chicane. It's a purple sector 1. Again, DRS wide open down the 3rd or 4th straights. Fantastically held through turn 12. Don't clip that curb, don't run wide. Beautifully done. Beautifully done. Question is, where is that going to put him? As we've got another purple sector 2 from him. Across the line, 127.7. That's slower than his last lap time. As next across the line, TTM Sierra. He must have invalidated. No. These guys are just starting their laps now. As we've got PRL Beebs setting a P2 time. Mickey coming in with a 127.3 at Mikey, sorry. Absolutely corker. Let's go with TTM LMB, who's unfortunately invalidated. So let's have a look at Sassy Matt, who seems to have kept his lap time clean. Coming around the last corner. P2, 10th of a second behind.
I think we're going to see a lot more quicker times than this.
Oh, yes.
Maybe the low 126s.
As
Matt takes
Alan
a spin,
seems to be
he's
on
off the
fire.
track.
Oh, I've just switched from Matt. As Alan comes through with a purple sector 2. Coming around the last corner, turn 14. What are we going to get? That is P1 127.1. Fantastic job there by Alan. as Prezi is currently on an outlap. Sector 3, that looks like the Red Bull of TTM Kenyon. Going a bit slow there. As TTM Sierra seems to be going on another push lap.
So the LMB currently on an outlap. On the mediums too.
Yeah, he's going to try and beat that faster time. Well, set a time in fact.
We still have Prezi, Dodos and Trev in the pits. Yet to come out on the track. LMB comes up for his flying lap now.
Yep, we are currently watching TTM LMB after a very good very good race last week. Beautifully through the chicane. A little bit of a tail wobble. Ooh, bit of traction loss there, I think. Very well done to keep it off the curb. As we've got a purple sector 2.
A very good lap on the mediums here.
Yep, this might be enough to put him P1. Not quite, P5.
Just shows how quick these medium tyres can be.
Well, I mean, he's only 0.02 of a second behind Little Daz, who was also on the mediums.
And of course, if he leaves that time with the mediums, he'll be starting a race on the mediums.
Exactly. As we have TTM Dodos out on his outlap. And this will be to set his first time.
Also on the mediums. So a few drivers opting for the mediums. In some of their strategies here.
Well, it's always better to be medium than soft, eh?
It's a family stream.
Hey, I was just saying, the medium's a better strategy option.
Occasionally.
It is. You're going to run longer into the race compared to a soft tyre runner.
It does all depend if they can keep in touch with the leading packs on the soft tyres, as we saw last week's race when LMB went flying ahead, but Snips was able to keep in touch with him.
So it will happen.
Dodos is going to start his flying lap soon. He was very quick in Imola.
He was the very first practice session.
A lot of time penalties in Imola last week, you have to remember. Might see a few,
Oh yeah,
might see a few of them.
quite a few disqualifications as well.
PRL Trev's still in the pits. He's only got 4 minutes, so you might just see the one flying lap from him.
But that one flying lap might be enough.
It just might. Bit wide there from Dodos.
Yeah, Dodos has invalidated.
I might save those tyres for another run.
I mean, starting anywhere after P10 in anyways, you get a free tyre choice.
You do. But, Dodos has been very impressive. I'd be surprised if he wasn't in the top 10 shootout.
Oh, we'll just have to. We've got 3.5 minutes to wait as we move on to FTR Prezi.
As
who's
Trev
starting
does
his
come
first
out.
flying lap. We will join Trevor in a moment. So let's just watch FTR Prezi here.
As Dodos comes into the pits. So if he's putting a set of softs on, he's going to have to do it quick. It's Dodos off, Trev, sorry, off the track. I think he's just letting some cars past.
Yeah, he was letting Prezi through. What is going on, Ulster? How you doing, mate?
As Bebs is retired in P10. He is the driver at risk at the moment.
Well, you would think that he would want to try and improve that time. However, the quality of drivers in this league might be too much of a struggle.
As Dodos, I don't think, is going to get out to put on a lap time. He's not. He'd have to be very, very quick on his outlap if he's going to.
As FTR Prezi goes 12th fastest.
And he is coming out, Dodo, so he's going to have to do a very fast outlap.
Oh, yes. Let's join PRL Trev to see what he is going to do. Yeah, Ulster, we noticed a couple of times that you were off the track a bit. Very well done to Trev, keeping it within track limits there.
You can see he's really pushing this. He wants to be in Q3.
He wants to be in that top 10 shootout. Question is, has he got enough push?
A lot of the curb there.
Oh, beautifully through that section.
He likes to use all of the track on those straights, doesn't he?
Oh yeah, best to do that. As LMB sets the fastest lap was a 126.3. Trev's coming across the line. P11! P11!
Very, very close.
Oh, he is 100th of a second out from being in that top 10 shootout.
As Dodos,
100th of a second.
I think, has just made it onto a flying lap. He has.
He has.
With seconds
Wow.
to spare.
So let's ride on board for this one lap from TTM Dodos.
Can't afford any mistakes here.
He is pushing that Mercedes to its limits. Coming to the end of Sector 2. What kind of time is he putting in? Is he going to go purple? He is not. Is he going to have enough in that car to get into this top 10 shootout? As we approach the final corner.
A quick lap so far.
TTM Dodos goes P5.
Well, he left it late there, but he got it done. And he's in the top 10 shootout.
Very good job. Absolutely fantastic job there. As TTM LMB takes this session with a 126.3, followed by Daz and Kenyon. The top 5, in fact, all with 126s.
Yeah, some quick times. I think it's anyone's guess for pole here.
Oh, yes. But this top 10 shootout will be amazing.
This little Daz just attempted there to get a quicker time, but he stayed P2.
He's in the top 10 shootout, that's all that matters. Absolutely fantastic times there. But PRL Trev, hats off. Fantastic lap. As we into the last qualifying session of the night 3. Okay, we have got cars moving. Alan. We have Daz. We have Vale. We have Will. All on outlaps currently.
Alan's pushing it very hard on his outlap, trying to get some heat on those tyres.
And a bit of a gap to the cars behind.
I don't always like to predict, but I think LMB and Sierra are going to be hard to beat here in this Q3. But Little Daz has also looked quick.
Yeah, Little Daz is one of the very fast racers throughout this league. So it is going to be interesting to see what he can actually pull off this session.
You can never count out Dodos. He is top of the standings for a reason.
Well, it could be anything within the race though.
Got a yellow flag in Sector 3. I think it's all been cleared up.
As Alan starts his first flying lap. Absolutely flying.
This little Daz has set up a pool sector 1.
It's all going to come down to strategy. As Alan goes through with the purple sector 2.
Gonna get the 126.
Alan across
here.
the line.
Not quite.
127. Little Daz. 126.3.
Wow.
Nearly a full second ahead.
What a lap from Little Daz. It'll be tough to beat that one.
We're now watching LMB, see what kind of time he can set. P2, 2/10 behind. As we move on to TTM Dodos. He looks very quick coming through there. That's a purple sector 2. Is this going to be enough to knock Little Daz off pole position? Oh, he spun it in the last corner.
Wow. He was pushing it a bit too hard there. That was a very fast time on the bumper in there.
That was an amazingly quick time. Unfortunately, a bit too hard of a push.
It looks like he's going to go for a fresh set of soft tyres.
As we are now riding along with Sassy Matt. Coming into the last corner now. Only 6th fastest.
Well, he hasn't improved on the leaderboard, but he did improve his personal time.
And that's all I can wish for, really. So as we're watching Vale here on his outlap,
I think we're going to see a few more drivers into the 126. If Dodos can get a clean lap through.
question is, can Dodos retain that focus to get himself into that pole position spot? As TTM Vale starts his fast lap. I think Dodos might be waiting just for this track to get a little bit quieter.
Might see another one lap from him. It was enough to get him into Q3.
Yep. Is it going to be enough to get him in that pole position? As TTM Vale comes along the bottom straight. Do we have a purple sector 2? We do. We have a purple sector 2 from TTM Vale. Is he going to be able to keep this grip coming through the last corner?
It's nicely done.
Comes across the line. P8.
Yeah. I think he took a little
very
too
quick
much of the
time.
curb then on the last corner. Getting up to speed on the final straight.
So let's have a look, as we do have Mikey out on a fast lap as well.
And he's improved his time too. He's on a much quicker lap.
Question is, can he pull in a purple sector 2? Can he go faster than the other 9 drivers right now?
Not quite. It is a improved lap for him.
Yeah, it'll be a new personal best, but I don't think it's going to be enough to get him to P1.
Maybe looking around P3 or 4 here with this lap time.
P6. Well, in the infamous words of Will Buxton, it's always better to start in P1 because then you've got 19 other drivers behind you.
The man is a genius.
For those that haven't watched Drive to Survive, the new season, I suggest you go check it out. Very dramatized, but there is some very funny moments in there. As we have, we have little Daz on a flyer.
And Dodo's also on his outlap now, so 1, potentially 2 laps to see what he can do.
Hopefully, well, he might just need the 1. That's if little Daz doesn't go faster again.
I think he's only going to get the 1 with the time we have left in the session.
It looks like little Daz has actually slowed down. Coming around the final corner, is he going to improve? No, he's not. Wow. He's like 4 seconds, 5 seconds behind us last time.
Vale and B on a flying lap here though.
Let's see, does he improve Sector 1? It is purple.
This is all leading up to what should be a very good race. A lot of quick guys here.
Oh yes. That is one thing I enjoy about Pitbox Racing League. Some of the guys are so quick. As we're coming to the end of Sector 2, is he going to go purple? He is.
Wow. He was on pole last week in Imola. He's trying to make it 2 poles in a row.
Is he going to do it again is the question. As we approach the last corner. Oh, 126.1.
What a lap.
Wow. Now let's get on board with Dodo's, as he's just finished Sector 1. Not quite sure if he has got a purple.
I think he's improved his personal best time. But if he wants that pole position, he's going to have to absolutely fly here.
He needs to push. As we're coming through Sector 2, is he going to go purple? He is.
turning into a great 10 shootout here.
Whew, the tension.
Could we see a 125? Or have I just cursed it?
Well, he stayed on the track this time. DRS wide open. He's coming across the line.
P4.
Damn. 5/10 behind. Fantastic.
It's so
Absolutely
little,
fantastic.
so little in this right now. Less than a
As
second
LMB,
separating first to seventh.
it's mental. Absolutely mental.
I think Dodos may have out on another fast lap. I'm not sure.
No, he
No,
has
he
received a
hasn't.
checkered flag as LMB goes into the pits.
So LMB, it looks like
So
2 poles in a row.
that concludes our qualifying session. We are going to go to a quick break, and then when we return, we will have Pitbox Racing Leagues Round 3 at Bahrain. And we are back with Pitbox Racing League. Sorry about that. We seem to have a ghost. We seem to have a ghost in the house, as the kettle has just turned itself on in the kitchen. Sorry about that, guys. So,
Trying to tell you something.
I do fancy a cup of tea, to be fair. Sorry, I'll try and compose myself. So away we go with the formation lap. Starting grid, as you can see, TTM LMB, Little Daz, TTM Sierra, with TTM Dodos, Mikey, Kenyon, Alan, Will, Sassy Matt, and TTM Vale, wrapping up the top 10. Can't get me words out. From P11 downwards, we have Mr. Indy, PRL Bebs, PRL Trev, FTR Prezi. Sorry, my girlfriend is currently hitting the kettle with a pair of tongs.
That'll do the trick.
We then have ARC Mickey with PRL Ulster, PRL Sidrick, and Odd Jim.
So it's just seen there. Predicted pit stop strategies for the soft tyres will be around lap 8.
Which I believe most of them are on softs. Yeah, P1 to P10 are on softs. Mr. Indy and Bebs are on mediums. We then have Prezi and Odd Jim on the medium tyre as well. As we come to the end of this formation lap.
See a very fast start here from both LMB and Little Daz. Could be interesting going into the first few corners.
They're going to need it. As the grid starts forming itself up, we're going to ride on board with the back of the pack, just because I have a feeling turn 1 is going to be an interesting one. I have a feeling there's going to be a few crashes, maybe.
The dreaded safety car, which did make an appearance in Imola last week.
It did. A lot later than the last time, though. And there wasn't as many. So here we go, and we are off in round 3 of, I nearly said Imola there, round 3 of Bahrain, as we're on board with Odd Jim, who's moved up 2 places already.
Little Daz almost. I believe he has. He's passed LMB into first.
Oof. Fantastic battle between P1 and P2 at the moment. As we take a look down, seems to be quite a decent gap between all of the cars at the moment. Really, we need to wait for that DRS to become active.
You know, Little Daz is going to be pushing now to try and get LMB out of the
Out of DRS
second
range.
DRS range. But LMB is coming back at him here. Could be a great battle throughout the race. He's got a good slipstream going into turn 1.
But Daz is just defending that corner too well.
They've already pulled a bit of a gap on Mikey in third.
So let's have a look after the first lap. The position changes. As we can see, Matt is in the pit already. He must have had some front wing damage. He has lost 9 places. Whereas Mickey has gained 6.
Dodo's lost 3 places on the start as well. It's not the best start for him after a decent qualifying. This battle up front is going to be a good one. Nothing separating these two guys.
Absolutely nothing at all, you're right.
We are gonna
DRS
come up
activates
to
this
DRS.
lap.
And he is in DRS range at the moment and closing too.
So we should get that for the run up to turn 4.
The DRS on the Haas does come open. He's not quite close enough.
Not within range that lap. Still got another DRS zone to go down along the bottom straight. Is it going to be enough for him to make a move? As we see Cycling Will in the pits now.
The DRS comes open again.
Now the key to that DRS zone, you need a good exit out of that corner.
You do. As Mikey has actually caught up a little bit to the front too. He's not too far behind. Of course, the
I've
more
just
they
realised
battle
I've
it
got
out,
the gap.
the better he may close that
The
gap.
better it is. Yeah, exactly. And it's great for the medium runners at the moment, purely because this is going to slow the rest of the pack down. Meaning when it comes to pit stop time, as LMB is going to make a move on little Daz around the outside, is he going to get this into turn 1? Is he going to hold it?
He has.
He does. He pulls off the move into turn 1. However, Daz will be coming straight back with DRS down this straight. As there he is on the inside, as he pushes him slightly wide, but LMB maintains P1. Oh,
So they almost touched them.
We have had an incident involving what appears to be PRL Trev and PRL Sid Rick.
And just as I said, Mikey is gaining on them, as is TTM Sierra. So it's now a 4-way battle for the lead. And a big DRS train going on here.
Yep, it doesn't help LMB running wide on the exit of the turn there.
TTM Kenyon also closing the gap on the leaders.
Anyone's race at the moment.
This is going to be one of those races that comes down to strategy, I think. Who's going to be the first in those pits?
100%. The gap between Sierra, Mikey and Little Daz at the moment, there is a potential of a very, very close DRS train coming down this straight.
There's Daz going for the lead again. And he's got it done.
He gets it, but there is contact. LMB tapped the rear of Little Daz there.
As Trev gets a
As
3-second time penalty.
Yeah, oh, we've had a retirement from SAS Allen, as you see him
And
in
a
the pit
safety
wall.
car as well.
You see him in the pit wall there. Not the pit wall. Jeez. The safety wall.
Got a first safety car of the race on lap 5. And this is going to bunch all those leaders up. Will we see any pit stops here, I wonder?
Cedric has just had one.
That was a very good battle then from Little Daz and LMB. Did very good not to make too much contact with each other.
Definitely.
Some great
I
racing.
do think LMB might have wing damage. We will have to have a look to confirm that.
Hats off to Mikey too for closing that gap because they were flying ahead.
Oh yeah. As it looks like the wing of LMB is fine. As they are pitting. They are going into the pits.
As we expected, a lot of people diving into the pits now. ARC Mikey has stayed out of Mickey. I keep getting that confused.
As we see a 5-second penalty for Cedric. So this could massively change things.
It could, but as we see, Bebs, Prezi, Mr. Indy, and Odd Jim all started on the medium tyres, I believe, and are all currently leading the pack of this race, but they have not pitted. It's Little Daz and the rest of them who went into the pits are all now on a fresh set of mediums.
So they will need to make a pit stop. So it was quite an interesting first few laps.
ARC Mickey is leading now behind the safety car, but he is still on those soft tyres. Whereas everybody else behind him is now on the mediums.
Probably not the best strategy to take.
Perhaps a couple of flying laps up once the safety car goes in. See if he can try and get a bit of a gap to the guys behind him.
Might not be enough to save him. It looks like we are going to have another lap under safety car conditions.
It's a great start to that race, however. Great battle between Little Daz and LMB.
Oh, absolutely fantastic.
And I'm sure once the safety car goes in, they're going to continue that battle. But they do have... They do have 5 races in front of them now. 5 drivers in front of them, I should say.
But DRS is now deactivated again and will be for another 3 laps.
And of course, those 5 will have to pit at some point. See the drivers trying to get as much heat into these tyres as possible.
The medium runners will definitely need it.
That's Mickey, a little exuberant there, trying to warm off his tyres.
There is a potential at any moment that this safety car comes in.
And it will be coming in this lap.
And there it is.
So Mickey will start to back the pack up.
Oh yes, we know all about that tactic, don't we, Franco?
Some more than others.
But I will admit this, okay? Well done on your World Drivers' Championship yesterday during our two-player career.
Appreciate it. Had a great time at Ferrari. A great time at Williams. We'll see what McLaren brings us.
That's it. As we are underway again, as Mickey appeared to be having a gap. Pardon me. As Cedric has DNF'd. Is this going to be another full course safety car?
And a big overtake there from Little Daz. Got past his teammate.
Mr. Indy out of the session as well. What is going on?
This LMB looks like he has got the overtake on Odd Jim just about, although Jim just stays in
Bebs
front.
is now out of the session. What on earth is going on?
Great exit from that corner from LMB.
Let's check out this battle.
If he wants to keep in touch with Little Daz here, he's going to have to get this overtake on Odd Jim, because he's just run wide.
I thought he was about to do it off track there.
Just going to have to run down into the turn. He has got past him, and Mickey has got past Odd Jim as well on that straight.
Mikey.
I'll get it right one day.
It's only took me 3 weeks, so don't worry.
Is ARC Mickey, which I said correctly. Looks like he's almost a 2-second gap up in the lead of the race. Although he is on the softs and he will have to pit. And that, of course, and Prezi behind him. And that means Little Daz, who is all over the back of Prezi, will more than likely retake the lead of this race at some point.
Straight back up into P3.
Although LMB, well, we're hoping he can catch him before he takes over Prezi. That's if he takes over him before the pits.
Oh, we've had a retirement.
Or Jim,
We've
I
had
believe.
a big crash.
And another safety car.
So, ladies and gentlemen, for this safety car, we are going to go to a quick break. We will be back with you shortly.
Be booked down.
And we are back. As we are currently with the safety car momentarily. Should have one lap left. So during the safety car, Sassy Matt did actually go in for a pit stop. Not sure if that was his mandatory or whether he just wanted a wing change. As we see PRL Trev currently running in P8. Trev, sorry to say this, mate, but that's probably one of the highest positions I've seen you in.
I'm also sorry to say he does have a time penalty.
Yeah, I mean, that's...
But still a long way to go.
Really?
Still a long way to go in this race, and there's 2 safety cars we've had already. I don't know.
And the safety car's coming back in this lap, as we have got little Daz back in the lead, followed behind by LMB and Mikey.
I'm looking forward to this restart. These guys had a great battle and they opened a few laps.
Oh yes, as we are going to go on with LMB for this restart. As we are back under green flag conditions.
A great restart from Mikey there.
But LMB is trying to come up the inside. He doesn't get the move done. So I think potentially what happened is the last restart, some people might not have just had enough in their tyres, causing them to spin maybe.
Kenyon had an off, I think. He's down in P12. He did.
Yeah. There is really not much between these guys, as we are on lap 12 of 29, going around Bahrain this evening. PRL Trev has made it up to P6.
I mean, we don't want to sound biased here, but go on, Trev.
Yeah, go on, Trev, son.
B's having another look on the inside. He's not quite going to get it done on this straight.
Nope, we have got Mickey with a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane though. Which might get served.
Wouldn't be a bad idea for Trev to serve his time penalty in his next pit stop, depending on how well he does right now.
With the 3 seconds, I don't think you can.
Unfortunate. It's a slow exit out of that corner there from LMB.
It was really slow.
He is still in DRS range, which will be back.
Activated next lap.
Oh, Mikey had a spin.
Yeah, Mikey. Wow.
He was up in P3. He's gone right. Nope, he stays in P11. Because we've got Mickey at the back.
Which will be good because, you know, last week at Imola they did have a battle as well there.
They did.
It was fun to watch.
This DRS is enabled again. And LMB closing the gap on Little Daz.
7/10 as he opens up that DRS.
Was a good exit from that corner though from Daz, and he's able to stay ahead.
But with that DRS assistance, it's going to come in very helpful.
Oh, it will, especially on the long straight. Oh,
As Dodos
Dodos.
receives a 3-second penalty for multiple track warnings. As PRL Trev is now in P8. He seems to be having quite a battle, Trev. Let's get on board with him. Quite a wide exit there. As the Williams and the McLaren both have DRS on him. The Williams... Trev has maintained position. No, Williams has took it. As he has
Kenyon
a tap with
almost.
Kenyon.
Aggressive driving there from Trev.
Oh, 100%. That's what you need.
He does have Mikey behind him now, who was up in P3 before his spin.
We've got a bit of a DRS train going on as the Williams moves to the outside. Trev goes on the inside for turn 1 and he gets the move done. Beautifully done. As both the Williams get past him.
It's just a little slow
Unlucky
coming out of
Trev.
that corner there. But great overtake.
I mean, for me so far, Trev has to be driver of the day.
I would agree.
So far. Let's see if he manages to finish. Let's go back up to the TTM LMB and Little Daz battle. See how that's getting along. Daz must be depleting all of his ERS just to try and keep in front of LMB in these DRS straights.
And that was a good exit from the corner then from LMB.
That
His
was
DRS is
beautiful.
open.
DRS is coming down. Is he going to get the move done? Goes up the inside, back. So close.
We'll have another chance here, as we do have a yellow
Another 100 metres.
and another safety car.
VSC.
Or virtual.
Yeah, virtual safety car. They do have to slow their delta down, but they don't have to go behind an actual safety car.
I wonder what that was
DRS. Could be anything. Let's have a look. Has Mickey got any damage? No. Kenyon has no damage. Does Trev? Trev has no damage.
I
Prezi.
can't think what this is for then.
No, there's absolutely no damage. Oh, wait. Cyclone Will has no front wing.
And there would be the answer.
Yep. Well, there's your problem.
So you'll have to nurse that car back to the pits. So not a full
yes.
safety car, which would have bunched the pack up a bit.
DRS re-enabled and the safety car is back in as Cyclone Will is still out on the track with no wing.
Trev having a look up the inside of Prezi.
Is he going to get it? You should have. He has got DRS coming down this pit straight.
And there's Cycling Will with his damaged car.
Yeah. All three cars have DRS. As Kenyon goes to go up the inside, he does get it. Oh, nice little switchback there from Trev. Bit wide for turn 3 though, unfortunately. He is going to get DRS again though. Is he going to get a move on Kenyon? He's not. Let's move back up to our P1, P2 battle. As they come round into a DRS zone. Fantastic exit from LMB. Is he going to have the momentum to get that overtake done? Not this time.
It's a great drive from Little Daz. There's all the DRS advantage with LMB right now, and he's managed to keep it behind him.
His ARS will be so low, it will be unbelievable. I mean, he has had, you know, just had a VSC where he could recharge the batteries. But we'll see how long he can keep it up. As we come down the pit straight now. 4/10 separate them. Is he going to get a look down the inside? He moves. No, he doesn't. Can he get it done between 3 and 4? DRS wide open. Is he making that move? No, he's not. He's playing it very, very safe. As Trev is currently in the pit lane.
Another set of softs for Trev. And he should come out back in P10, although Mickey is coming down the pit straight now.
P11.
And P11. Although he is on the fresher tyres, so we'll see what you can do.
As LMB is straight. He's right on the gearbox of Little Daz. He can't get the move to stick. And because there was so little between them in qualifying, then it's, you know, it's anybody's race between LMB and Little Daz at the minute. As we see TTM Sierra with a nice little gap between him and Sassy Matt.
He's a bit closer here on this start-finish straight with his DRS.
3/10. Is he going to push it? As TTM Sierra comes across the line with the fastest lap. LMB up the inside. Oh, the switchback. Who's going to get the DRS? It's going to be LMB, and that is going to secure him the lead. Oh, is it? No, it's not. Oh. Some ferocious racing between LMB here and Little Daz.
I don't know how Little Daz kept P1 then, but some great racing.
Absolutely no idea.
But this battle, once again, is allowing TTM Sierra to close the gap on him.
Yep, don't know.
He's not that far behind.
He's really struggling to get this move done.
Now it all comes down to who blinks first in the pits. Although they both may go in at the same time though. You never know.
As we see them both coming down the pit straight. That DRS is going to open wide up on the Haas. Oh, he's closed it quite early. No, he hasn't. I thought he'd closed it for some reason. As he's going to attack again between corners 3 and 4 with only 3/10 separating.
And he's a bit closer this time.
Yep. But he's going to stay behind. So this one is definitely down to strategy and or who makes a mistake first. as PRL Trev has just done an overtake on Mickey. But Mickey has switched back and regained that spot. Nine laps remaining in
Cycling World
Bahrain
getting involved in
Grand
that
Prix.
little battle too, and he's ended out in front of both of them. Oh, Trev.
Oh, Trev. For me, I'd still give him driver of the day though. He has put in a fantastic effort.
Is LMB? I think he's got it.
He's got
On the
it.
inside.
Switch back. No. Oh, was that a bit of contact? That back end
Prezi.
went very squirrely.
Little Daz, sorry, is defending for his life here. I think LMB might have finally got the move done. Back comes
Yes, he
Daz.
has. No, he's got the move done. But only 2/10 behind them. As Daz got a better exit out that corner. Nearly wheel to wheel through that section. DRS wide open, 4/10. I don't think he'll get it done this straight.
And in P3, TTM Sierra has really closed the gap on these two. He's right behind them now.
That's what the battle will do.
He's also in DRS range, just about.
Yep, so this next straight, we've got a three-way DRS train for P1. DRS opens up.
He's going to go for it.
He's going to make a move again. Is he going to get it done?
Daz around the outside again. Looks like LMB's got it.
He also had DRS. If you noticed what he'd done there, it was quite sneaky. Coming out of turn 2, just before the DRS detection zone, he let himself fall back from Daz ever so slightly. Literally ever so slightly. Which then gives him the DRS for that straight.
Little Daz will come back with DRS along this straight, as will TTM Sierra, who is right behind these guys now. And his DRS is also open.
Fantastic three-way race here for P1.
And these guys may be coming up to their pit window shortly.
LMB, I hope LMB has enough battery power left to defend from this attack from the Ferrari as he goes up the inside. LMB is going to keep that inside line.
Daz has the DRS though.
But yeah, he's made it past him, has he? Daz has made it past.
Hats off to these guys too for not making contact, because this is some very close racing.
Oh yeah, it's absolutely fantastic. With Mickey bringing in the new fastest lap of the race, 129.5.
That was a great exit from Sierra there in P3. It looks like LMB's going to attempt the overtake again.
Let's see if he can actually do anything though.
And he's made it stick. Now he's trying to defend, and he's just
As
about kept
Dodos
it, but
picks up a 3-second time penalty.
Sierra then was looking at the inside of Daz then for the overtake.
So just a quick update for you. As most of you will know, the Mick Schumacher incident during qualifying today, he has sent out a tweet and he is absolutely fine. He did speak to his mother in the helicopter, and Haas team principal Gunter Steiner has spoke to Mick Schumacher's mum a few times to keep her updated. So it does sound like he is and will be okay, but he won't be taking part in the Grand Prix tomorrow.
And just as you were talking, then, LMB picked up a time penalty.
Oh, never! Oh, no!
Multiple warnings, track limits. And just as that happens, Daz retakes the lead. Just about. Now LMB's kept it. So that is going to make a change and a difference in this race.
Yep. Especially 3 laps towards the end of the race. No, I can't count. 4.
4, yeah. Almost.
Jesus.
So that means these guys may be going to the end of this race on these tyres.
They'll have to be careful though, because obviously the tyre degradation is going to be quite a bit.
Just have a feeling that TTM Sierra may have to try something here within these next few laps.
I think Trev had a bit of a spin there, as we did have a yellow in sector 1 for a second.
So that means little Daz doesn't necessarily have to go for the overtake here on LMB.
Nope.
He just has to keep where he is right
Sierra.
now. And also Sierra behind him, of course, who keeps closing that gap. With all the racer inside him, he may want to get the overtake and finish outright winner of the race.
Yeah, I mean, nobody likes winning on, time penalties, really. And it puts a bit of a gap between Daz and TTM Sierra. So that could work. As Sassy Matt picks up a 3-second time penalty as well.
I mean, as things stand, with the time penalty, providing little Daz doesn't retake P1, it's TTM Sierra will go up to P2, as he's right in the mix here.
That is right.
And
as Trev picks up another 3-second warning.
Still
I
driving
think that's him just getting out of the way of the lap cars though. Let me double check. No, it's not. It must have been through the fast chicane. As Daz has retook lead with 2 laps remaining. Very well thought out race today.
They've done really well because this has been a very close battle for pretty much the entire race, and they've made a slight touch here and there, but no serious contact at all.
Yep. Very well done. I do like the fact, even though LMB got that time penalty, he didn't give up. Oh! Oh! Sierra's just binned it! TTM Sierra has just binned it!
Wow. He was on for a P2, potential P1 finish there.
Wow. As TTM LMB then retakes the Grand Prix lead with just 2 laps remaining.
Dodo's now up into P3, but he does have a few time penalties.
Yep, and a 7-second gap. As we see TTM Sierra dropping further and further down this pecking order. Now P9.
And he's...
We have got a Sector 2 yellow flag as Mikey is out of the race. Oh my goodness. What is going on? Let's get on board with Sierra and see if we can see what's happened.
7 retirements in this race. But we did say at the start that Bahrain can be a brutal track.
It really can. As Little Daz is behind LMB once again. As we are on the final lap of the Sakir Grand Prix. We have TTM LMB in the lead. Little Daz 3/10 behind him. And the gap to P3, 7 seconds. But with them time penalties, we might be speaking to TTM Kenyan.
I don't think this is the last we're going to see TTM LMB and Little Daz having a few of these battles this season.
Nah, I completely agree.
And I think if anything's to go by this race, it's going to be entertaining.
Oh yeah. And that is it. Race over. Did Kenyon pick up a time penalty?
I think he did. He did, yeah.
Ah.
So,
It's going to be...
TTM LMB did cross the line in first, but unfortunately for him, he did have a time penalty.
Yep.
So Little Daz will take the win of this race. But a great battle, nevertheless.
What I'm going to quickly do now is invite our top 3 to the commentary box. as well as our driver of the day. Hello, Daz.
Hello.
So, how do I start this? How do I even start this with you? P1, congratulations.
Thank you.
What a race as well.
Absolutely fantastic.
I'm now sat in a puddle of sweat.
Just, you are including your audio, yeah?
Yep.
Fantastic. Just, good evening, Trev. I'll be with you in just one moment.
No problem.
So, Daz, 20 laps of pure race. What was going through?
It was
Good reaction.
counting down the at the end, then lost the line on 8% on my front. And LM 82 or something, so how we didn't get put beyond
Yeah.
me.
Quite unfortunate for TTM though. Winning it on the third lap.
Yeah.
Fortunate. So, are you looking forward to the next round?
Class race.
Yeah? Hopefully we get some more good racing like that.
Fingers crossed.
Well, thank you very much for joining us, Daz.
No worries.
Appreciate it. And just as I say that, here comes our P2 TTM LMB.
Hello.
Hello. First question is, have you included your audio?
Indeed I have.
Fantastic. So P2, very unfortunate them last few laps. Picked up a time penalty.
Yeah, I picked up 2 warnings in the first 3 laps, so I was just trying to keep it clean, and then I just took the the right-hander at the start of sector 3, just before the back straight, before obviously the last the main straight, and yeah, I just took too much curb and just picked up another warning, but yeah, nothing I could do about it, to be fair. Just a stupid error, but congrats to Daz. You drove brilliant.
Good race.
Quality battles, great respect shown. Even though, I gave him a few dive bombs here and there as well, and he respected it as well. So yeah, I was just happy to have good racing. To be fair, mate.
Little love tap up the ass towards the beginning.
Yeah, that certainly didn't help. But
It did look like a few times there was a tiny bit of contact between yous.
yeah, I think it was
Don't know if
nothing
you
more
can
than just wheel
confirm that.
banging though.
Slightly driven
Yeah.
over there. So
Yeah, yeah, it was nothing like I got no damage or anything. A few times Daz parked it on the apex, but
yeah, you're
yeah.
not getting a touch back on me, pal.
Yeah, no,
But no,
it was good. It was good racing, mate. I was happy to enjoy it. I was enjoying it as well.
Yeah, so
Couldn't break
I could've done better
DRS.
than- I could do that again, to be honest. That was good.
Yeah, it made Bahrain
Absolutely,
actually more
lads.
enjoyable for once than the awful track it is.
well, fantastic bit of racing, gentlemen. Hats off to you. Very well done.
Sorry, can I just ask a question of LMB before he goes? Is that okay?
Yeah,
Yes.
please feel free.
LMB, when you said you hated this track, what did I say would happen?
You said I'd win, but you were wrong.
No, I didn't. I said you would take pole. And what happened?
Oh, to be fair, I did put a quality pole lap together though.
Yes. So
You did.
So
That
you can
was
you can
fantastic.
thank me later for that premonition.
Hey, well, I saw you get through Q1, mate. Big up.
Yeah, I was not expecting that at all.
Good quality, mate. Almost got points as well. You weren't far off.
So that brings me on to this next point. PRL Trev,
Mm-hmm.
congratulations, you are the driver of the day.
Okay. When do I have to send you the $5 for that then?
You don't.
All right.
You put in one of the best performances of this race.
I didn't feel that way from my point of view, I've got to say. I knew with Mickey being behind me that I had to keep a gap, and then I made the stupid error of trying to push to keep the gap, and I had 2 laps where one spun off, another one I was in the gravel, and that's basically what cost me 10th place to Mickey, because had I just stayed in the rhythm I was in, I probably could have kept the gap to him. But no, I mean, I'm really pleased to have actually finished the race and to finish 11th. I'm very pleased with that.
And it's great. Like I say, the performance that you've put in this evening, we pretty much thought you deserved driver of the day from about lap 10.
Thank you.
Absolutely phenomenal performance tonight, Trev. So
Can I
mate.
say what was my highest point of the race for me personally?
Yeah, please. Feel free.
I forget what what corner is the left hand hairpin going into second DRS. Or is that turn 8? Is it 8?
Something like that, yeah. Turn 9, something like that.
Something, yeah.
Yeah. Well, when I got the switch back on sassy Matt and overtook him round the hairpin, that was my favourite move of the race. So thanks for that, Matt.
We're seeing a few excellent moves from you tonight, Trev, as well. So again, very well done, mate.
Side by side for an entire sector and a half at the start of the race.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes round 3 from the Pitbox Racing League. So, from myself, Sinister, good night, and from Franco,
See you next week.
I like your cut, G.
Well rehearsed, boys.
All
well
right.
rehearsed.